Welcome to the CanadaGuns Talk Show, episode 50 Shades of FDE. I am your host, The Crover. Thank you all that is watching, and we have currently 0 viewers, and we're probably going to be the same way because nobody's expecting us to be here on Tuesday. My bad. Say hello, everybody else.
Hello, everybody else.
Hello.
That's right. We have Janitor Pants and the Hunting Gear guy. And yeah, it's just, it's a new season. Everybody's on a new schedule. And by everybody, I mean me. And by new schedule, I mean I'm just busy on Wednesdays now. So I guess we might do it today, or we are doing it today. Or we might do it Thursdays. Who knows? We'll see. I think Tuesdays works all right, but yeah. Sorry for the delay. I've been away, and you guys don't really care if there's no show, so it's fine. It's fine if we skip a couple of weeks, right, guys?
Summer's busy.
Summer is busy.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a viewer. We have a single viewer. Excellent. Hello, viewer. What have you guys been up to in this last month? I've been busy. Chad's been busy. What about you, Adriel?
I've been busy too. Yeah.
What were you doing?
Stuff and things. Let's see. I shot a 3-gun match at Chaz and almost won, except I got disqualified, so I got last.
What did you do?
Man, I burned those stages down, and then I had my shotgun, and I threw it into a barrel, and the barrel had a lip, and it hit the safety, and it turned it off, so yeah, I'm toast. But that's okay.
Where the fuck is the safety on your shotgun that it can get turned off?
It's super accessible. So like the barrel had a lip on it because it was like cut out, right? Here, let me grab my shotgun here so I could illustrate this terrible thing that happened to me. There's a safety there, and on this side it's kind of extended, right? So I chucked her in, barrel down into the barrel, and it kind of like looped around, and as it looped around, it hit that safety off, and I got a 0 on my match. That's how that happened.
Well, I think there should be an specifically written clause in the rules regarding bullshittery like that.
Yeah, there is. If the safety's off, you're disqualified. Yeah.
Doesn't get any.
That's okay.
Doesn't get.
That's all right. That kind of thing will happen. It was a good match. Otherwise, Senator Pants designed some really cool stages with lots of shotgun reloading, and I love those because I love reloading shotgun and keeping that thing fed up. And it was a good match.
What, double quad loads for days, son?
Oh, I love double quad loading. Yeah, that's like my favorite thing. I double quad loaded where I didn't have to, where it's like I got like 3 targets left. Like, no, I'm doubling it just in case.
Unload and show clear, and you've got to dump 7 rounds out of your gun.
Oh yeah. There goes 4 rounds that I did not need to put into that gun, but I wanted to anyways. Let's see. I sold a bunch of guns. I sold my Garand. I sold my Tika. And I bought this guy right here, which is the old Mossberg Patriot. So,
but Adriel, don't you know? Don't buy Mossberg rifles.
They make a great shotgun.
They do. They make great shotguns. Just don't buy their rifles.
So this is the cheapest rifle you can get that comes in 6.5 Creedmoor. Of 6.5 Creedmoor. I think 308 is like out. That's old news now. 6.5 is superior. And this thing was $450, 440, somewhere around there. So pretty cheap for a 6.5 Creedmoor. Pretty cheap rifle altogether. It's got like this like super duper crappy plastic fantastic magazine here. Look at that plastic quality on there. Now like there's some good polymer mags out there. Like the Browning X-Bolt has a fantastic polymer mag. I would not describe this as a fantastic polymer mag. It's pretty cheap, but I mean, I guess you can buy replacement ones for pretty cheap too. It's got a spiral cut bolt, which is really unnecessary on a low cost, and it kind of makes the bolt kind of catchy because it's got spirals in there.
Oh,
I really
boy.
wish. This is a real downgrade from like my nice Tika that I had last year, right? But yeah, you can bind it by hitting it off axis on the bolt. On a nice bolt action rifle, if you hit it off axis, it'll still pop it in. But this one, if you're just like a little bit off in your thrust, you can actually bind it. That's me pushing really hard against it right there. And the other thing that's kind of unnecessary is that the barrel is kind of fluted. It's on there. Why? Just like make a nice plain bolt action rifle, a cheap bolt action rifle, and go nuts with it. The stock is plastic. It's not pillar bedded. It's just plastic bedded plastic in there. The actual magwell, I don't know if you guys can see that on the camera, but the magwell is a plastic insert, and the catch is plastic. And there's a lot of plastic on this thing. I mean, there's a lot of plastic on the Tika too, but it's nicer plastic. Anywho, it's cheap. The trigger is fantastic. Oh, it's so good. Here, I'm empty here. But just pulling this bad boy, it's so good. And I checked it. It's 2 pounds. It's 2 pounds, no creep. I tried the cock it and then like drop the butt on the ground to see if it would go off. It would not go off, even just like whacking it pretty good. So fantastic trigger. I got to really give him kudos for that.
Is it a AccuTrigger clone?
Yep. You know what? Yeah. Mossberg and Marlin both kind of took the Savage 100 and they're like, I like that. Let's make one of those. So this has a barrel nut just like a Savage. It's got a trigger shoe trigger just like a Savage. So a lot of similarities there. And it's cheap. The other thing I like about it, okay, so it's the butt pad on this thing's really weird. It's got like a waffle pattern in there, but like, look at this.
Jesus.
There's nothing there. It's just this rubber skin. There's a rib going across there. Nothing there. And nothing down here.
Do its job?
Like, what's that?
Does it do its job?
I haven't shot it yet, so I'll find out, I guess. I mean, it would be an inexpensive way of making like a real squishy pad, because even on that rib there, it squishes quite a bit, and it's actually deforming that pad there. So it might do the job for cheap. Metal sling studs. Hey, this isn't a Remington. At least they have metal sling studs on this rifle. But I don't know, kind of interesting. So we'll see how that goes.
So if that gun shoots well, is that gonna be if you absolutely positively need to get into 6.5, buy this?
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. This barrel's really lightweight. I'm not sure if this thing's gonna shoot like as accurately as some of the other rifles I've got, but I'll wait and see. I've got a couple of different boxes of ammo here. I got some 140s, I got some 129s, like some good stuff here. So we should be able to see what kind of accuracy we get, and whichever load comes out more accurate, I'll buy another box and I'll go shoot a moose and I don't know, some other stuff with it.
Dank.
Yeah. What else did I do? I got some Glock mags because they were cheap. Wholesale Sports had them mismarked as Glock P mags when these are like the real Glock mags.
Ooh.
And they had 20% off. So I got a couple Glock mags for $23 when they should be 50, 45, somewhere around there.
And you got him with the discount, right?
Yep. So, pardon me. So I got a couple of Glock mags, and I don't have a Glock, so I ordered a Glock because that's what you do, right?
That's exactly what you do.
Like my FNS has done nothing wrong for me. It's nice and reliable and accurate. I just actually worked on it a bit the other night. I kind of like polished more of the trigger internals, and the trigger pull on it is now pretty good. It's not really light, but it just comes right up to the stop there really nicely, and then it's got just a nice break. So it's the trigger on it now is pretty nice. What else did I get for that Glock? I got this cool holster. So like your standard holster will come up to right about here, and to draw you need to pull up and out kind of a thing. This is a Blade Tech Pro holster, and this gun won't fit in there because this is not a Glock. It was what was available. This isn't a Glock, so it's not going to fit in there, but the whole idea with this one is it's grabbing more on the trigger guard. This is like just basically protecting the front sight, and as you pull it out, you're free to pretty quickly clear that front there, so you can basically draw it up a little bit faster. I think that's the idea anyways.
That's pretty slick.
Professing to be a pro or anything like that. It's the only holster I could find in Edmonton that worked for a Glock 34, so yeah, I'll take it.
Nice. Well, I guess if you're playing with a 34, you must be pretty operator.
Yeah, I want to like, so this thing, I didn't really do much to this thing for 3-gun. I mean, I put the sandpaper skateboard grip tape on there, and I'll probably do the same thing to that Glock. But I've got like way more molestation in store for that Glock. Let's see here. Where's my order? There it is. I've got a magwell coming for it. So the magwell on this one's actually pretty good. But on the Glock 34, it's apparently not that fantastic. The Gen 5 fixes it. But
oh, Crazy's gonna come in.
Oh, sweet. So I've got a magwell coming in. It's also going to it also comes with like a 3-ounce weight that goes into the little space there on the Glocks at the back there. So it puts some weight lower down in the gun. I got a tungsten full-length guide rod that's going to go on the front, so it's going to add some weight to the absolute front of the gun. Again, a Glock is a pretty lightweight gun, so this is more about stuff to add weight and make it more of a gamer gun for 3-gun. It's not going to be IPSC legal. That's not what I'm going for. I'm going for like pure 3-gun gamer gun kind of a thing. I've got a Zev drop-in fulcrum trigger kit on the way. So that should shorten up the length of pull, so you don't have like that really long length of pull. And I've got some base pads because that magwell is going to make it a little bit bigger. It's going to make it so that the mags are quite hard to get in there. So I've got some steel base pads coming that'll add weight and add a little bit of length to them, so I can ram them in through that magwell. So I think that's all I've got coming for that Glock. I'll probably get more. I want to like pimp it as much as possible. You can't do it with the FNS. There's nothing you can get. You can replace the sights, and that's it. There's no trigger parts for this thing. There's no like extra performance parts or go fast or anything like that. So, but for the Glock, there sure is.
So Adriel, Adriel, with that Glock, just to summarize, how close to John Wick levels of speed holes are we going to talk about? Are we going to get extra low drag, extra high speed? Are we talking?
Do you know that Terran Tactical sells a John Wick package? Like a John Wick Glock? Straight up. They negotiated the rights for that, and they sell a John Wick Glock. With a whole bunch of stuff on it. Very close. Yeah, going to be very close to that. Yeah.
Sexy.
And then, I don't know, I mean, the other thing that's kind of interesting, I got like one of these boxes of Score slugs for pretty cheap from Wholesale Sports because they had them on sale, and this is way less than a buck a slug, and I've shot this stuff before, and it's kind of accurate, so good enough.
If it goes bang, that's what matters, right?
It goes bang, and it might hit the target.
Speaking about maybe hitting the target, hey Jenner, what have you been up to?
Oh, all kinds of things. What you're probably alluding to is on this past Sunday, I shot the 3-gun season wrap-up at Milo. First time I've been down to that club. 4 stages is a good little match. There was, I shouldn't even say little, 63 people there, I think, competing. On the stage 4, which you should never do in a competition, I used some slugs I hadn't tried out in my gun before. Were the Fiochi 1 ounce. They were the high velocity. I picked them up because they were $1 a shot at the local gun store. First shot, it was on IPSC sized steel at about, I don't know what it'd be, 60, 70 yards, something like that. Dead hit center. Next shot held the exact same spot. It went a foot high and right. Third shot, a foot low and left. Fourth shot, I didn't even see where it went. So that sucked, but overall, I'm curious to see. They haven't released the times yet, but I feel like I did quite well compared to the rest of the pack on my squad there. I'm curious to see how I'll place. I went over to stage. The last stage we shot had some slugs as well. And I just went back to the Federal reduced recoil 3/4 ounces I had. And I was just hitting that steel cowboy they had at about 50 yards, just dead straight in the nuts every single shot. So it was definitely the slugs. But great match. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. Other than that, Adriel talked about it a little bit. We had a Chaz 3-gun match a couple weeks back there. So I designed and RO'd the shotgun stages, had a ton of fun. Good match. The other guys designing the other stages. There were some real fast stages. The way the one stage design was worked out on the 50, that's the first time I've ever ran flat out as fast as I can, shooting an AR at targets, basically point blank. There was like 6 of them in a row. So much fun. So much fun.
Awesome. That reminds me of the come at me bro drill from what is it? Slice the Pie concept? Dynamic Pie Concepts. Have you seen those videos?
Yeah, I have. It was it's good, like, because when you RO, basically you're stuck on the stages you're looking after all day, so you don't get to see other people necessarily run the other stages. But I talked to one of the other members there, and he's like, dude, there's no fault line for these rifle targets. Just sprint up there as fast as you can and just blast them as you run by. And I'm like, what? Like with my 45-degree offsets or what? He's like, no, don't even aim. Just run and pull the trigger. And it turns out he was right. He was right. I turned over a pretty good time on that stage. The stage that Adriel, that they designed at a zombie shoot, that was kind of fun too. They had enhanced misses if you didn't get the targets in the head, and they had them all the way from half a yard to just about 100 yards. That was a 40-second penalty to your time.
Yeah, because the zombies would kill your family. They'd kill your daughter, and you'd feel real bad about it.
Yeah, that was good. I didn't miss any in the head. I did have one I failed to neutralize. So the way it was set up, you were kind of in like a little house, let's say, a tight little box with some windows. You had to shoot out of it. So the one that was like the furthest away, I was shooting at him, and I'm like, man, it's hard to tell if I'm hitting him. He's far enough away you couldn't see through your scope if you're getting holes in the head or not. So I popped 5 rounds into this guy's head just to be safe. And when we went to look, on the way up, there was a target that was much closer. My height over bore screwed me over. I had 4 holes right through that close-up zombie's shoulder and only 1 through the head at the back. So fun stage, though. I like that, too. Some El Presidente, that was a good time. Other than that, I'll let you talk about that part, Crover. I'll skip over it. But I had a bunch of assholes come out to the farm for an afternoon, and that was
sounds like they were a bunch of pricks or something.
Oh, just the worst. The worst. No, it was a really good time. Had a bunch of guys out. We had some shotgun targets, a bunch of plinking set up, did some long range, some PCC, some shotgun, everything in between. I think I should be getting a kickback from Remington because I think I just sold them 3 more Versamaxes. Other than that, one thing I wanted to talk about. So I've talked about it in the IRC a little bit. Back in June, I bought a stripped receiver set for an AR-15.
Mm-hmm.
I showed it on this show. It's an F1 receiver. Never did get a registration certificate for it. So I phoned them in the first part of July and said, hey, like, I haven't got a registration certificate. What's up? And they said, well, we printed one. Did you not get it? And I said, no, I didn't. Okay, well, it must be lost in the mail. I said, okay, that's fine. I've actually got the gun completed now. So let's amend this registration certificate. Here's the barrel length, here's the caliber, here's such and such. Okay, very good. Yeah, you should see a registration certificate in about 2 weeks. Didn't see it. I've been phoning them off and on, just saying like, hey, what's up? And they keep saying, well, we requested the print, but they didn't print it. And this just kept going on and on. So finally, I phoned a lady a couple weeks ago. She says, well, I see it was printed on September 5th. So you should see it in a couple days. And if you don't, please phone us. And so I phoned back when I didn't get it. And the other lady I'm talking to, she says, well, I know for a fact they only print registration certificates on Thursdays, so the 5th doesn't make any sense. I'm going to request to print it again. So I phoned in 2 days ago and just said, hey, I'm just checking to see if this printed. And she says, I'm looking it up here, and it says fail to print. I don't know what that means. So she said, let me look into it for you, and I will get back to you. So I'm sitting, going about my day, doing, just working in my office at work. And my cell phone rings, and the phone number was only 5 digits that shows up on my call display. I'm like, well, that's weird. I'm not answering this. Anyways, they leave a message, and it's like, this is so-and-so from the registration certificate, something or other division, technical division, they called themselves. We need to talk to you about your receiver set. Please phone us back at such and such number, and here's the reference number.
Uh-oh, you better fucking give your plate carrier.
Well, so the weird part is, so I phone them, and they're like, okay, so why are you phoning us? And so I give them the whole story. I've been keeping notes at this point. I've got like 2 pages worth of notes in my daytime of who I phoned, what they said, the dates, all this stuff. And she says, well, oh, okay, I see here. So what was the length of the barrel again? And I tell them. And they're like, okay, so where did you get the upper receiver from? And I said, well, it's not a registered item, but fact of the matter is it came with the lower. It was a matched set. Oh, okay. Well, here, let me just finish this off. We will send you a registration certificate for the upper right away.
What?
So that's where it's sitting right now. I don't know. I'm waiting to see if I get a registration certificate for an upper in the mail, because I don't know what the hell's going on.
You gotta frame that if they send you.
I'm hoping they send me one, because I will be contacting the CCFR, the NFA, CCSA, all of them, and go like, what is this? Here's my story. Here's what's happened. I still don't have a register for my lower, but I've got one for the upper. What do I do? So hopefully she just misspoke and meant we've amended the registration certificate to reflect the barrel lengths. But I don't know, man. That's taken.
Hopefully
forever.
not. Hopefully you've got a registration certificate for your upper coming, because that would be hilarious.
If you do, you'll be like that one guy who had one and posted it on the subreddit, and it ended up being for a gun he no longer owned at all.
Yeah, so I got no idea what's going on. The thing that boggles my mind is I've built a couple ARs since then, and I got registration certificates for those like right away in the mail. So no idea what they're up to. Other than that, I signed up for a 3-gun match in the States in April. It's called The Empire Strikes Back. They're getting a bunch of guys over from the UK, some guys from South Africa, some Americans, some Canadians. It's going to be a 2-day shoot, 8 standard stages. Nordic Components is coming out. There's going to be 4 shotgun-only side stages. It's going to be a pistol caliber carbine side stage. And from the stage descriptions, 1 or 2 of the stages also will feature a machine gun. So that's going to be pretty sweet. There's a couple guys from Alberta going down right now. Still a bunch of spots open. Registration just opened up on Friday. But what that set me off on, as you guys probably remember, you've seen my Versa match that I chopped to 20 inches. And the reason I did that was to make the barrel match the tube. But going to the States, I can go for more capacity. So I bought a second VersaMax, and I'm going to put a giant tube on that one. It'll be the same tube as this. This is an 870 here. That is a 30-inch barrel, just in case you're wondering. That holds 14 rounds, and it's amazing. So I'm going to plug it properly so that it's legal for Canada. I can still compete with it here. But what's cool, this is a Nordic Components tube. It comes in 3 pieces. You get your nut that is custom to the gun that you're putting it on. But this tube is standard thread for all of them. It threads into this nut. And then the third piece is an end cap. So basically, I can attach the plug to this end cap for my VersaMax, which will keep it legal in Canada. But I can just get a second plug in the States, or a second cap with no plug. And then I should be able to hold, I don't know if it'll be 12 or 13 rounds, but in TAC Ops, which is what I compete in, the rules are you can start with 8 in the tube, but on the buzzer you can load more. So I don't want to put myself at a disadvantage there.
And that's where you can actually use that magnet shell holder on the bottom of your receiver, right?
Exactly, yeah. So I've got the VersaMax is sitting in the safe, unmolested so far. But I got the taps ordered. I've got a GG&G charging handle. I've got some Terran Tactical oversized controls. I've got an extended welded lifter on the way. I've got the tube. I am going to Dremel the shit out of this thing and turn it into another race gun.
All the low speed, highest drag possible, right?
The last one turned out awesome, as you can probably attest to. You seem to enjoy that shotgun. And that one, I learned all the things that I would do differently. So I'm actually really looking forward to tearing into this project. Other than that, RDSC had Glock Days on the weekend. So I went to that, entered my name in a draw for a Trijicon RMR, Vortex, I don't know, it was a Viper, a Razor, 1-6 scope. And they had a Glock 17, I think it was, for a draw as well. Got some patches, hats, swag, all that kind of stuff. It was pretty cool. They had barbecue and all kinds of stuff there. And they just started their own Cerakote lab, which is ridiculous. It looks like a hospital. Very, very nice. I'll probably get something Cerakoted by them in the future.
I want to do the Ness Zapper with that Glock.
Yeah, honestly, like they had like their lab looks ridiculous, but they had a bunch of their guns out on display that they've done. They went down to the Cerakote, whatever the institute or the manufacturers are in the States. The lab that they built, they replicated what they teach in at the actual Cerakote facility, and they're trained up on it. They do phenomenal work. So I'm looking forward to getting that done.
Popping paint and
well, I won't
like spray painting hunting rifles and stuff.
I won't name names, even though they did, but they said most shops in Alberta that are doing Cerakote are just baking it in an oven, whereas they've got it's a pretty skookum setup. Let's just put it that way.
Cool.
I think that's about all I was up to. What were you up to, Crover?
Oh, fuck. You wouldn't believe the amount of shit I had to deal with. So, at some point, it became very clear to me that I was gonna go and do my bachelor party. And that's what I did. I did my bachelor party, and it was lovely. All the staples were covered. We went to a bar. People bought me drinks. I gave people sex toys. And then we went to a strip club. It was lovely. Oh, hi, fiance. And then the day after, everybody peeled themselves off the hangover and went to shoot. And then we went camping, because that's the way you ought to do it, kids. Go shooting, then go get drunk after. So we went all the way just to a spot west of Sundre so that we could beat the fire ban that was happening at the time in Alberta. And we had ourselves a lovely little camp out for the night. After that, we drove back to Calgary, and we went to a Brazilian steak place and had lots and lots of meat. And that was my bachelor weekend, and I was very happy about that. However, the weekend after was the meeting time. We met up at Jenner's place, and we had a lovely time shooting into the hill behind his house. It was, and still is, the first time that I have ever done any kind of three-gunning. And I didn't really do three-gunning. I just did three-gun shotgun business with, you know, shell holder rigs and belt rigs, chest rigs. And I tried my hand for the first time on double loading. I am not up to quad loading, levels of mastery. I haven't taken that course yet. I'm hoping that Adriel will, write up something and get us a nice little course for how to quad load, the beginner's guide to being an operator. I think that would be an excellent addition to your website, Adriel.
Just put 4 shells in your hand, then put them in the gun.
Shut up! And let me tell you, that was the tits. I've never done anything like that, and just like Jenner said, I am on the hunt for a Versamax, which brings me to the next item in our list, which is wholesale dyed. Whoops. Blame us millennials, I guess.
We need to stop eating so much avocado toast.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nope, your feedback is still there, by the way.
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
Go get the fucking Guitar Hero mic. That never gave us trouble.
Actually, I'm not hearing it at all. It sounds good on my end.
Yeah,
I
sounds
heard.
fine to me too.
Was it? Oh, well, we'll see again when he plugs it in. Yes, I went to wholesale the day after they announced their closure. That was Friday, like 2 weeks ago, and it was insane. I bought some ammo. I think that's the only thing. Oh, I bought some ammo, and I bought scope caps because I just dropped it. Got this thing. Ugh. Tika Giant Tika T3 and 308 varmint barrel, heavy barrel in an MDT LSS chassis with detachable 10-round box mags and a 20 MOA MDT rail, wearing a, what the fuck is this? Vortex Viper 3.5 by 20 magnification scope.
Oh, nice.
You fancy, huh?
Oh, fuck, man. This thing shoots better than I can. And I had people already question how good this gun shoots. So you're just going to have to take my word for it.
What's the buttstock you got on there?
It's the skeletonized buttstock.
Nice.
Yeah. Did
you mention that's double-handed as well?
It is double-handed. That's right. Look at that. It's on the wrong side, the bolt. And compared to the Remington that I owned previously, this thing shits on it. Diarrhea levels of shits on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you owned a Remington before.
I know. Yeah. The butt pad is adjustable and the cheek piece is adjustable. And oh my god, this thing is so fucking cool. I can't even. I literally can't even. Fuck you. There you go. So yeah, just take it from me that this is how it has performed. That was there it is. That was the sight-in right here. This was the adjustment after fucking with the scope, and this is what happens when you take your time.
Nice.
Yes, and this was done with Austrian surplus ammo, the 147 Hittenberger ammo, and this is what you can do with this same rifle at 200 yards. Yeah. Yeah. And this is, it opens up if you don't take your time. But that's still pretty good in my book. I'm really happy with these groups. And that was off a rest with a rear bag. I did not shoot that with the bipod. The bipod actually also came from the other Remington, and same thing with the scope. I also got the scope caps when I went to wholesale. And yeah, it was crazy. I also visited, that was in Calgary, and then this weekend I visited the one in Nanaimo, and I got into a really fun conversation with the guy behind the counter. According to this guy, putting a mag extension on a shotgun is illegal, especially if it's a semi-auto. It's just illegal. You cannot put a mag extension on a shotgun, guys. It's you can't. But then you tell them, what about bail mags? And the guy was like, oh yeah, those are legal, but you cannot put a mag extension on a shotgun.
Quick,
it doesn't matter if it's 3.5 inch chamber, because if you put more than 5 2 3/4 inch shells in there, that's illegal. That's illegal. That's illegal. That's basically the same thing that the guy kept saying. He would not say anything except that's illegal. That's illegal. That's illegal. Whew. Okay, so that was wholesale. What else did I do? That's it. Basically, I'm trying to sell that 44 Magnum. If anybody wants to buy it, I want to buy that Versamax with it. If you had a Versamax and you want the 44 Magnum, I'll take the Versamax and then you can have a 44 Magnum. Other than that, oh yeah, I bought a rifle from CGN, a little 22 bolt action rifle. No, a 22 semi-auto rifle, and it came pre-broken, as in it was broken. The bolt was cracked and welded together. So
they just tried to slip that past you?
They did.
Oh, dirtbags! What the hell?
Yeah, and then the guy's like, "Oh, I was shooting just fine this summer when I was using. Well, I gave it to some scouts, and I was like, yeah, that's awesome. The extractor flew off. So, where's my money?" And after a long conversation with him, I got my money back, and he paid for shipping. So that's that. I am reserving judgment on whether or not I'm going to leave him feedback. If he says anything about leaving him feedback, I'm giving him bad feedback. If he doesn't say anything, I'm just not even going to bother. So I went and I looked on CGN, and guess what? Sylvester out of Alberta had the same rifle, so I ordered it from them. So I still get the same rifle.
Maybe he just brought the rifle when he got it back to Sylvester, and they're trying to sell you the exact same rifle.
No, it's a newer model. There's ways to tell. That's basically it. If I think it'll be funny. You know what I'm gonna do? You guys keep going. I'm gonna make a call, and I'm gonna see if I can go pick up the new rifle, and then we can do an unboxing live. Okay? Hey, Crazy, what have you been up to the last month?
What have I been up to the last month? Well, I need to go find it if I can, but I bought a shotgun for a case of beer.
Nice.
Actually, I think I have pictures of it. I can just load the fucking pictures on the stupid thing here. Wait, I have them on my imager.
Pack of darts, though? Like, that's the standard.
I told my coworker when I bought it,
should have been a pack of darts. Shame on you.
I'm like, I'll give you a pack of darts for it, and he's like, you know what? Give me a case of fucking Banquet, and we'll do it. And I'm like, you know what? Okay, fine. Yeah. I'll do it. So here we fucking go. Let me load this shit up in here, and we'll go to screen share this. Here we are. It is a CIL 621. It was probably made by Savage at some point, we figure. The barrel has been chopped from, I presume, 30 inches to about 25. Yeah, you can see CIL, Montreal, Canada. It says made in the United States on the side there. It's just a shitty fucking pump. You can't really see here, but there's no pad on the butt. The butt is actually cracked and glued back together. And when I took it out to shoot it, after 11 rounds, the bead on the front fell off, and then the rib started sliding forward on the shotgun.
Nice.
So, oh god. Turn off the screen share. Turn off the screen share. Here we go. So yeah, after that, I messaged my coworker, and I'm like, "Hey, bud, so we got a bit of a problem here." I sent him a picture of the fucking bead missing. Now, the bead, there's a little nub in the rib that's raised where the bead was, so I used that to aim and still managed to hit 50 and a 25 and trap, which is about average for me. But afterwards, I'm like, hey, bud, what are we going to do about this? The bead kind of fucking fell off on this shotgun.
Okay, I'll be back in 2 minutes. I got to go pick up a gun.
All right. I love it.
But he was just like, what? So far the solution is either going to be hockey tape the rib onto the barrel and weld a bead onto it, or I don't fucking know, but we're going to figure something out. But I mean, like, I bought this shotgun for a case of beer. Like,
you should be able to silver solder that shit on, no problem.
Yeah,
just
and the other thing is
like, fiber optic beads on there.
That's what I was debating, is just hockey tape a fucking fiber optic bead onto the front of it.
Well, you can get ones that like clamp onto the barrel.
Yeah, but I mean, when the rib is coming off, I have to hockey tape it so the rib doesn't move.
Well, you should like put some hockey tape on that rib too. But
yeah, that's what I was planning on. I was gonna get like that Browning Birdbuster sight and just tape that on, tape the rib on. Fucking the shotgun's not worth anything more than that. And I was gonna get like a Packmeyer fucking slip-on recoil pad because there's absolutely no buttstock and 2 fucking screws where the fucking butt pad used to be.
For extra cool points, you should just use an old bandana to tie that rib on. It'll look awesome.
With this shit, honestly, like, I'm debating putting it up on CGN and just saying, you want a truck gun that you can beat to shit? Well, someone already beat this thing to shit for you, so don't feel so bad. And just offering it up for trade for a bottle of my favorite whiskey. I went to Silverdale yesterday, and that's when I shot it. I tested my reloads that I made in the winter time, and this is my first time taking my Mauser out to shoot them, and they didn't squib, and they didn't blow my gun up. So, and I hit the target at 50 yards. So, I'd say this great success. My reloads worked. I was worried that the cases might have been wet and fucked things up, but no, I managed to get them to work. Took a buddy out shooting for the first time and had to keep shoving his... Like, the first 3 times he held the pistol, I had to shove his fucking hand over, but he finally got the fucking message and stopped with waving it in the wrong location. I shot my Nagant revolver for the first time in a year, and it made me remember just how shitty of a gun it actually is. because I tried doing all the proper things, squeeze it with the tip of your finger and all that, and then the hammer falls, but it doesn't hit the round hard enough. So I'm like, all right, fuck it, stick it in my knuckle and pull the fucking thing, and the gun goes off. So all good shooting practices, throw them out the fucking window if you want to shoot that gun. And it made me remember why I don't shoot that gun. So yeah, and then I was shooting my AR. And it was just really fucking hot. It's like 30 degrees. Like, it's been a fucking heat wave. It's been like 30 to 35 degrees like the entire fucking week here. So, yeah, it was really fucking toasty out. So we were all fucking sweaty and the gun was hot and fucking whatever. Yeah, and that's basically all I've done in the last month since getting back from Wire Up. Other than that, it's just been work.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What?
Well, since Crover was controlling it, you're just gonna be on screen.
I was just. Is there any way for me to end presenting to everyone, or
no, we're not gonna do that.
Yeah. Should I just go get the shotgun then, and then it won't matter? Everyone can stare at my basement for a while and look at all the things I want to steal.
What kind of? Oh, you got some cat litter over there? Cat litter?
Yeah, there's cat food. I got a TV that costs like $30.
Yeah, some boxes and stuff. Okay, good. Yeah,
pretty fancy cuckoo clock.
Anyway, I'll go get the actual fucking shotgun.
Yeah, let's see this beautiful piece of art here. Hey, janitor, how much do you shoot plated bullets or do you shoot anything that's polymer coated or lead?
Yes. So for competition, I shoot like Campro plated.
TMJ, yeah.
Yeah, but for practice, I shoot cast bullets that I make myself. So I've done powder coated. Lately I do the Rust-Oleum primer plus paint, it's called, and you bake that on in the oven. I find that to be slightly faster than powder coating. I did try the high-tech coating or whatever that's called, and I know lots of guys love it. For me, what I didn't like, and you've heard guys say that there's a distinct smell to it, and there definitely is. To me, it smells exactly like a hot zip disk. And even though I know that's not harming my barrel, because we would have heard about it if it was by then, that smell mentally gets into my head. So I don't like the polymer coat strictly because of the smell.
I couldn't smell anything coming. Do you got leading in your chamber? You have to if you're shooting lead bullets.
Yeah. So what I normally do, like with the powder coat on there or the primer plus paint, I generally don't get much leading, but I get a couple. But generally, the last mag I'll shoot before I leave the range will be copper plated again, and that generally wipes that lead out. If I run through later, that bore and rifling is usually pretty clean.
Right, we'll talk leading afterwards.
Sure.
I'm gonna just try and get this here. Maybe you'll be able to hear me. This will be a little bit awkward. But yeah, here's the thing. It's got some fucking things on the side of it for ducks and whatever. The release is a button here, up there, and fucking safety is here, and I always have it off. You can see the back has no butt pad and is glued together. You can see the front of it. You can kind of tell it's been kind of cut there. And you look at the top, and there's no bead. It is a 3-inch gun. And yeah, you can kind of see I can kind of move the rib here a little bit. So yeah, it's at some point someone drilled it for a mid bead up here, and the mid bead is gone. And now the front bead is also gone. But like I said, it sticks up just a little bit there, so you can kind of still aim with this little bit of the rib that sticks up, which is what I did.
You got a soldering gun, right?
Yeah.
Here, just throw some solder on the front there.
My coworker I got it from said he's gonna figure something out with a welding torch. So.
Oh, don't let him do that. That's gonna be way worse than what you do with some solder.
I don't care about this thing at all. It's plugged for hunting, though. I found that out when I tried to load more than 2 slugs in the mag tube, and they didn't.
What kind of stock does it take? Is that just like some weirdo savage stock that like no one ever...
I don't know. Like I said, with this thing, I don't know, and I don't really care.
Well, look it up, because if it's a Remington stock,
I don't think so.
It's not on the front there.
And then you can see up here, this is kind of held in with a fucking just screw. Just a Phillips screw holds the barrel on.
Yeah, they had some weird ideas in the 50s and 60s about like hardware store and like
too.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know if this thing has a serial number. I actually do not see a discernible serial number anywhere on this firearm.
Uh-oh. Hey, the RCMP has someone who like watches now, so he's probably one of our 8 viewers. Hello.
Legally, you don't need one, but no, this gun has no serial number.
No,
it's
there's
crazy.
Somewhere.
Just thinking out loud, I was at my brother's house the other day. He's a mechanic. Just trying to find it. There's something, it's sort of the same idea as JB Weld, except it's way tougher and way easier. It's called Q-Bond. And what it is, it'll work on metal, like no problem. It's a powder. You sprinkle wherever you want the weld, and then you just put this hardener on it, and it sets up instantly. You might be able to get away with that for that bead. And it's black, so it wouldn't even show up.
The problem with that is that basically the bead also holds the rib in place for moving forward. So it needs to be something strong enough to keep the rib from moving. Or I have to solder the rib.
So yeah, do both.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. You could use that Q-Bond on that rib if you weren't comfortable doing silver soldering yourself. Silver soldering isn't that hard either. Try it on something else. Like, don't just jump straight into the shotgun, but just find some random metal shit you don't care about and see if you can't solder it together.
Because this shotgun is some random metal shit that I don't care about.
Well, then knock yourself out.
Hey, I got a Remington Supercell here.
Like, legit, if it ends up fucking up even more, I can chop the barrel to 18 inches and whatever. Like, it really does not matter. For the butt pad here, I was just going to buy a Packmeyer slip-on and just slip it on. Like, and then, like I said, post it up on CGN for like $125 shipped or local trade for a bottle of whiskey.
Fuck is this? Man, I got to sell some parts.
But yeah, there is actually no discernible serial number on the receiver of this gun anywhere.
I've got several like old Cooeys, and I can't even remember the name of some of these other ones, but basically ones that Sears sold out of the catalog. Well, none of them have serial numbers.
That's it. This is a CIL. When's the last time you saw a CIL shotgun?
Well, I've got. I guess your camera's stuck on you. I've got right here a powder flask of CIL powder with powder still in it. Oh. Found it cleaning out my great grandpa's shed. I'm tempted to try and make some shotgun shells out of it, but I'm also not gonna because I like my fingers where they are.
That was my feeling with the 8mm. It's like, all right, load one round in and see if it squibs. Welcome back, Crover. Now you can unmake me the only person presenting.
Wait, seriously?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're the only one who has control over that.
There you go.
That was an issue. How long was that?
The entire time you were gone, I just grabbed the shotgun I was talking about.
Oh, I know, but how long was that actually?
Oh, like the entire time you were gone?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Check out this eBay forend on this rifle. Pretty nice.
Is it actually eBay or is it True North Arms?
eBay. Same thing?
Probably.
Yeah, it's way lighter. So I had that Daniel Defense quad rail on here, and this is less than half the weight. So it really changes the dynamics of this gun to where, I could shoot stuff one-handed with this, no problem. Two-handed is even better. But
less than half the weight, huh? That's not bad.
Oh yeah. There was a guy on Canada Guns who had changed the forend on his Black Creek Labs 308, and he got his down less than half the weight as well. I mean, it makes a big difference, right?
Right, his 308 that was now an 8-pound gun.
Yeah,
which is not bad.
Nope. I bet. I wonder how much this thing.
How much is that? How much does a hunting rifle with a decent scope usually weigh, Adriel?
Well, without the scope, you're typically looking at like 6.5 kind of a thing. Your lightweight ones will be 5, 4.5, but those are ridiculous. They're like super heavy. Let's see. This AR with the red dot on it is 3 kilos.
So that's 6.6.
Yeah. So a 308 at 8 pounds is pretty good.
Yeah, and semi-auto. And what mags does the NEA 102 take?
It takes the XCRM. Does it? I know that there's a 10-rounder that you can get for it.
I remember asking Gravel, and they said the Magpul AR-10 mags will fit.
Ooh, look at this new gun.
Let's see it.
Hold up.
I don't want to hold up. Let's see the gun.
Ooh, it comes in a box. Oh, they sent it in a Seiko box. I wish. Actually, they sent it in a Tika box. Did you guys know Tika is owned by Seiko?
Yes.
I did not know that until a few days ago.
And did you know that they're both owned by Beretta?
I did not know that. Today, it is a learning day for the CanadaGuns talk show crowd.
Well, Beretta's
the list of all the companies that Beretta owns. Beretta owns Benelli, Frankie, Tika, Seiko, Stoker, Uberti, Burris, and Steiner.
Not a Tika. I already have a Tika.
Pain in the ass to order anything from in Canada.
Yeah, they're Stoker Canada is kind of hard to.
Well, do they have to deal with European BS, or is there another reason?
No, just bad customer service.
Oh, that sucks.
I tried getting a barrel from them. I wanted like a shorter barrel for my Stoker M3500. They're like, we don't have any this year. Maybe next year.
I've been trying to get a speed bead. I've been trying to get a speed bead from them for like a year.
Yeah.
Just
hey, they sent me sling studs or
whenever I call them at work, they're always very polite, but maybe that's because we're a business.
Oh, no, they're nice. Like they're nice on the phone, and then will get you your thing. It's just they don't have a website that you can order from or anything like that.
Well, they're a distributor.
Right.
Distributors seldom tend to.
Yeah.
I like to welcome the Remington 552 to the show. What the hell is a Remington 552, you might ask?
Remington 552 Speedmaster.
The Remington 552 Speedmaster, as pointed by Crazy, is a semi-automatic, tube-fed 22 caliber rifle. But Crover, why didn't you call it a 22 LR?
Because it shoots.
Well, kids, you're gonna shit your pants. This guy cycles long rifle, longs, and shorts. It is notable for being one of only a few semi-automatics capable of attaining that crowning achievement.
One of the other notable ones being the Marlin Model 60.
What's that?
The Marlin Model 60 being the other notable semi-automatic.
Isn't there a Kui semi-auto that can chew through 3?
I don't think Kui ever did a tube fed. I think the Kui semi-auto 64 was the only semi-auto, and it was mag fed, but I might be wrong.
Yes, this guy is in slightly better shape gun-wise than the one that I had to send back, but look at that receiver and stock meeting. It's a chip. The wood could be better, although I am 90% sure that this is the exact same receiver shape as an 870, so I might be able to make an 870 stock fit.
Ugh, don't do that.
No. Get your leopard print fucking 870 stock up on that.
That's right. This guy fucks. He knows what I'm talking about. Yes, it is tube fed, and being tube fed, it's the fun way to loading. Here is the fucking magazine tube or spring or follower, however the fuck you want to call this. Oops. And you gotta put them in through the hole right there. Anybody care to guess how many fucking rounds this thing holds?
16 rounds of 22 long rifle, 21 rounds of 22 short.
Wrong. 15 rounds of long rifle, 17 rounds of long, and 22 rounds of 22 shorts.
That was close.
You got told.
Uh-huh.
I was trying to do that off memory without even looking it up.
You can get real speed loaders for that thing with a straw. It's got like a big long straw, and you can like
check out the follower. Look at the shape of it.
Ugh.
Is 22 short more expensive than long rifle at this point?
Yes.
Nope. No, the CCI boxes that I bought of wholesale during their sale, they were all around the same price. And I found out looking at the specs, you know what a 22 quiet is? Like the 22 long rifle quiets?
It's a 22 LR loaded to 22 short statistics.
Yep. They're the exact same speed. It's a 40 grain lead round nose projectile going like 810 feet per second.
Sometimes, yeah. I've got some Winchester makes the M22. And they're actually pretty cool. They're like a 48 grain 22 bullet, subsonic. But
48, that's big.
Yeah,
you should see the Aguilas. Aguila makes a 60 grain 22.
Aguila,
you pinche gringo.
Sorry, I no hablo español. Yeah, Aguila, they make a they call it the Sniper Subsonic, and it's a 60 grain 22 bullet, and it's 22 LR length, but in a 22 short case.
For sniping.
And
so it's like bullet and then a little bit of brass?
Yeah, and it actually cycles in my SIG, in my pistol. I was surprised. I'm like, this is not going to cycle, but it did. It fucking like doesn't stabilize very well out of a pistol, but yeah.
I mean, I guess if you could get a barrel with maybe more twist rate,
you'd have to in a pistol form, but they actually say this is designed for bolt action rifles with a barrel length of at least 20 inches.
Huh. Also, fun fact, for 22 long rifle, the best barrel length is somewhere around 15 inches.
So, fuck America.
Yeah, there was an article in the Troop of the Vought Guns, I think, one of those websites, where they took a 22 and then they literally lapped off barrel lengths, and then they found the best velocity to whatever coefficient they were measuring. They got the most speed at around 15, 16 inches, and then after that, it actually slowed down in the barrel. So, your mileage might vary. Anybody with those 597s with 16-inch barrels is right on the money. Also, if I was in the US, these rifles are noted for being excellent suppressor hosts because when you shoulder it, you can actually put your thumb right up against the charging handle and keep the action from cycling, making them quieter with a suppressor.
Oh, that's a trick.
Yeah. I'm really excited for this thing. You guys want to know what was wrong with the old one? It was broken. The bolt, if I can figure out how to fucking take this apart while doing it live, is the bottom of the bolt was cracked, so the extractor pin that held the extractor in place fell off, and the extractor flew off after one magazine tube's worth of shots. And when I went and I told the guy, and he's like, "Oh yeah, no, it was shooting just fine." He's like, "I'm fucking sure it was, buddy. I'm sure it was." Ooh, this has got nice sights on it. Standard notch and post, and they're painted, so that's good. Well, do we have? Did you guys get to news? Because we do have one bit of news that is of noteworthiness.
There's a couple.
How about who's got bear maze handy?
I think I got a box of it over in the ammo cabinet.
Oh, good. Because, folks, you got to get bear maced in the face to blindly shoot someone with a 22 revolver.
I remember that.
That's right, folks. It is time for the top links of the last month. What a segue. Screen share. Fucking froze. There it is. Castlegar, BC restaurant owner won't face charges after shooting intruder in British Columbia, of all places. Will you look at that? And to summarize the facts of the case, guy breaks into restaurant. Guy loads his 22 rat shot revolver with not rat shot and goes downstairs. Guy blasts him in the face with a can of bear mace, and the shop owner blindly fires at the bear maze guy, hitting him a couple of times, but of course it's fucking 22 LR, so the guy ran away.
He just shrugged it off. Ow!
Just shrugged it off.
Stop that!
Yeah, stop that. And yeah, the RCMP chose not to pursue charges in accordance with the facts of the case, which is to say there is no way in hell a Crown is gonna, what the fuck?
Yeah, there ain't
and...
no one who's going to be able to fucking convict this guy. He got bear maced in the fucking face by an intruder.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so, from now on, I would recommend anybody keep a can of bear mace, and after defending yourself at your home, just just
mace
bear
yourself
mace
in the
yourself.
face.
Get bear mace by the perpetrator and leave a can of bear mace next to the body. I'm not a lawyer.
I'm pretty sure you're recommending like some illegal shit right now.
Remember, we are not recommending. We are not recommending to counsel.
We're talking about hypothetical scenarios.
We are not attempting to counsel the commission of a crime because that in itself is a criminal offense.
No, this show is for entertainment purposes only.
Exactly. This is pure satire.
We play characters.
The chemtrails are turning the frogs gay.
The fluoride in the water. The
vampire angels.
Yes.
False flag operation.
There we go.
Jet fuel can melt steel memes.
Job. The planes came from the outside.
Okay, enough tinfoiling. I don't know if anybody knows Operation SC and CGN. He got doxxed and he deleted his account. That's the extent of my understanding of that.
His account. What happened is he got doxxed. He deleted all the posts he made, but he still got fired. So now he's like, well, this was a load of bullshit, and I think I know who did it, but yeah.
So is he going to sue?
No, because he can't prove who did it. He thinks he knows, but he has no proof because he used a false email and a false name. But basically, he's apparently been doing a bunch of freelance work since then.
That's still super shitty.
Yeah.
What else do we have? We got somebody buying 2 Darius because two is better than 1. For what it's worth, I hope they fix their slamfire issues in the Gen 2s. Isn't that right, Jenner?
Well, that's a whole different model. That's the MK12, not the 10.
Oh.
But yes, hopefully. I've never had that issue with mine, but you did. And we've seen it happen once, but not replicated again at 3 Guns. So it might have just been dirty, or maybe it was a proud primer even.
Maybe it was. Gophers. Shooting. Fuck if I wish I could have done that this summer. You got to do that, didn't you, Adriel?
Oh, yeah. Can I pull up one that's not in the list?
Okay, top.
The top post, but not a top post, going to be a top post. So the M17Ss are coming in, SCs. So I Run Guns is bringing in these Bullpup 223s. The trigger on them is supposed to be excellent, and the accuracy is supposed to be excellent. So right around $2,000, more accurate than what's the other one I'm thinking of? Not a Kel-Tec.
So, the Type 97. Tavor?
More accurate than a Tavor. Well, that's easy, right? And more accurate than a Type 97.
Now, how do these compare to the old Bushmaster M17s? Because I know that's basically what this is.
Yeah, it is. So it's an AR-18 style bolt bolt because it's a 3-lug. I asked I Run Guns if we can do like a range session, so I might be able to get some video of this like real soon.
So is it the exact same as a Bushmaster M17, or did they do any improvements to it compared to the old M17?
Improvements. They got an adjustable trigger and they've got an aluminum stock style. So it's an extruded aluminum deal. That's pretty cool. But so there's that's coming in. That shipment is coming in end of September. So now. And then the Kel-Tec RDB just got approved as well. So there's 2 Bullpup 223 rifles coming into the market. Toot sweet here.
Nice. Is there anything of note in this fucking top post, or is it just posts?
It's just posts.
We have that was so sexy. Oh, I love those.
Space gun.
Yeah. Speaking of fucking bullpups. Caliber got a hold of a space gun, like an actual one.
Mm-hmm.
Rarer than hen's teeth gun. That was cool. We got a shit post. Oh yeah, U.S. export restrictions loosening. What does that mean? Nobody knows. Why? Because nobody knows. Why? Because
Trump be able to order some shit and not fill out the export paperwork.
So right now, I'm not even sure that's going to be the case.
Yeah, we
Like
don't know.
we really have no idea what this means. They're moving the department that handles this shit, so no one knows.
No one
Might
knows.
be cool. Might be cool. Might be able to buy accessories right to your door. No.
That would be very, very ideal.
Yeah.
There we go. What else do we got? Shitpost. Oh yeah, Proud Boys. Let's not touch that with a 10-foot pole. Somebody got a garbage rod. Good for them. Oh boy, somebody got an even worse garbage rod.
Crover is.
Well, good for you, doggy. For you. Hopefully it runs.
I had a dude come in today who tried moose hunting last year with one of those.
How did it go?
What do you mean try?
He said
you don't try it. It's a 308. It's going to shoot a moose at 100 yards. Come on.
Yeah, but he was just like, man, lugging that thing through the woods was the worst mistake I ever made.
Oh, true.
Yeah, well, how much are those things? They're like 9 pounds?
They're fucking like 12, 13 pounds. Those things are fucking
Oh,
heavy.
that's with a bunch of crap on
No,
it.
it's just fucking fact. I picked that thing up from the fucking when I was out for fucking Flaherty's, and I'm just like, holy shit, how much does this thing weigh?
Man, this thing is dirty. I don't think this has ever been clean. Same thing as the old one.
Wait, 9 pounds, empty.
We got another 9mm carbine. Why are people suddenly so fucking big about these?
Non-restricted.
Fun.
They're
Well, I know
fun.
they're fun, but it's like now, like everybody and their mother is making one of these things.
So 9mm is as cheap as corrosive 7.62 by 39. So you can shoot 9mm. You can plink with it. You can run 10-round mags. You can run optics on them. So like, get an SKS for $300, or get one of those 9mm carbines. That one's non-restricted. That's the one that that's being built.
They hope it'll be non-restricted.
They hope.
Now let's be real. The real reason everyone's buying it is a 10-round mags.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What's interesting in that thread where they posted it, I asked, and I noticed he replied to lots of threads after, but I asked, where is the mag release? I don't see it on the left side, so I assume it's in the AR position. But then I asked, will it hold open on last round? And I noticed he didn't answer either of my questions, which leads me to believe the answer is no. Which is too bad, because that's like my JR carbine. That's really my only complaint, is where the control is, and it's not a big deal, but also that no last round hold open. I kind of wish it had that.
Yeah. The thing is, looking at that, I don't understand how it's different than a 9mm AR. It looks exactly like the lower of a 9mm AR.
Well, it's got to be different enough that it gets a different FRT.
We can hope, but that's why I'm looking at that thinking it's probably not going to. It looks like a 9mm AR.
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
We can hope.
We can hope.
I hope so. For sure.
The NEA 102 got non-restricted, so.
Well, the barrel is not pitted on this, so that's good.
Where I'm at, that JR carbine, which I love, it's so much fun. But you guys saw all the targets and stuff I had out back.
Yeah.
Now when I go out, I just stuff mags for my wife because she's fallen in love with that gun. I don't even get to shoot it anymore. She just blasting away as fast as I can stuff mags. Yeah. But I mean, that's awesome, right? So she's talking about getting her PAL and RPAL now. And I told her if she does, she can have that gun. So awesome.
Yeah, 9mm carbines are like PCCs are the new plinker because the rounds are as cheap as corrosive 7.62 by 39. You can shoot steel with them. There's no real recoil. The blast off of them is nothing. You know, you're talking like 25 to 30 cents a round, which is right around your cost of corrosive 7.62 by 39. Without the, you know. I mean, I guess you're shooting blowback, so the bolt is a big, heavy bolt, but
Yeah. No, she loves it. Just no recoil, hits what she's aiming at. I threw a Trijicon RX34 on that. Some nice big window, tiny dot in the middle. Doesn't matter what she's aiming at. She hits it, it goes down. So
sweet.
Well, this one is cleaner than the one that was broken, so that's nice. Let me show you what was broken on the other one. This is the bolt. Basically, where that dot between the shine is, that's where the pin that holds the extractor goes. It was cracked across the entirety of the bottom of the bolt, so that would fall off.
Wow.
Yeah, and the guy's like, "Oh, I never noticed that." Sure, buddy. I'll believe you. Give me my money back.
Mm-hmm. They pay for shipping for fucking around.
Yeah, he paid for shipping.
Yeah, they should.
Do we have anything else we'd like to talk before we take another month for the next show? I'm kidding.
Adriel was going to say something about leading.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to ask you about your leading in your barrel. My leading in my barrel is horrible. And I just cleaned the damn thing like not that long ago.
Leading?
Huh.
Oh, it's nasty. I wonder if I... Where's the freaking light? Oh, this one right here.
What gun do you shoot that gets leaded barrels?
Let's see. Can I do this?
Yeah, you can. Just get it at the right angle. Quit fucking around.
Let's try. Oh, maybe. Come on, baby. Anyways, it's leaded to fuck. It looks like corrosion in there, like nasty ass corrosion in the last like 2 inches of the barrel here, and
that shit doesn't come out no matter how much you scrub. It will not come out till you shoot it out.
No, like, and you can use brass, like a brass end or something like that. You can actually scrape it because lead is soft. It just like it comes right off. But I tried with the brass brush and it just doesn't do anything. You can just like scrap back and forth. It just does nothing.
What you should do, if you go to Walmart, they sell something called Copper Chore Boy. It's in the cleaning section. It's like steel wool, but it's copper. Jam a bunch of that down your barrel and then push it through with a jag, and that'll knock it out pretty quick.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just going to go to fucking TMJ's and just not screw around with this because...
Yeah, the only thing I ever had leading in was my 357. I got it just a little too hot for the rounds I was shooting at.
You were shearing off?
No, they weren't shearing off. I mean, they're just letting the barrel. I was pushing them too fast, and they weren't gas checked, so I was getting gas cutting. Which will really give you some leading. But yeah, with the primer plus paint, I've never really had an issue, and it is something I keep an eye on because I know it's a possibility.
Insulated bullets, only way to play nowadays.
I remember I shot like 30 pure lead 9mm out of my SIG, and when I looked down the barrel, it looked like the barrel of my Mosin. It was disgusting. It was atrocious. And I just looked at that and I'm like, and I tried scrubbing again with a brass brush. It did fucking nothing. And I'm like, I am never shooting lead out of this gun ever again. I had to shoot those lead deposits out with full metal jackets. Like, there was no other way to get them clean.
Why the fuck isn't this coming out? Oh, there it goes.
Oh, man. This is the cleanest this gun has ever been and will ever be. I can see the springs in there. It's so clean. I'm just gonna get nasty again.
Yikes. Man, there's
my
a
trigger
weird
back on my CZ looks like a hydraulic fittings on the back of a tractor. It's terrible.
Yeah.
My SIG has parts of it now where I'm looking at it. I'm like, is that flake supposed to be there, or is that just burnt on powder I can't get off?
I am a pick.
This is a fucking 8.7 receiver. This is getting a tactical stock. I am buying.
Get that spring-loaded stock that reduces recoil.
Oh yeah, the Nox. Yeah, the Nox recoil reducing.
Yeah, you need that.
Oh my, there's chunks of carbon fouling falling out of this fucking receiver. This has never been cleaned. Yum yum.
It's a 22. It's never supposed to be.
Yeah, a lot of those like old timers just don't clean their guns, right?
I just don't clean my 22. It's a challenge at this point.
Oh, just to see how long it lasts.
Yeah. How long will it last before I finally need to clean it because it stopped working? So far, it's 6 years and approximately 6,000 to 7,000 rounds.
There is a giant something in the back of this receiver. It looks like a bolt buffer. What's this made out of?
Maybe you got one of those guns like that. Did you see on our guns that one shotgun that had the 380 barrel stuffed in the back of it so that when you racked it, it would shoot you?
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Someone
that's so
apparently
weird.
bought a shotgun online, and they reported it to the ATF when they took it apart and found a loaded 380 ACP barrel that was set up so that when you pumped it back, the bolt of the shotgun would hit the primer on the 380 round, set it off, and shoot the person holding the shotgun in the shoulder.
Well, I guess if that's your sort of thing.
Trap shotguns. Traps are your kind of thing. It might be your kind of shotgun.
How did we get the traps on this show?
I don't think traps means the same thing to you guys as it does to me, and I don't think you want to know what it means to me.
Yeah, we're not all
Come
weeds.
on,
but
we're
we
on
do
the
know.
internet. What are you talking about?
I'm gonna go check. Okay. Is there anything else we'd like to mention, folks? No. Then I would like to thank you all for coming and watching tonight. This was a bit on the rush side. Maybe next week it'll be Tuesday. Maybe it'll be Thursday. Maybe it'll be Wednesday. We're not sure. But I think this worked out nicely. And if we can make it Tuesdays, that'll be good. Folks.
We're going to go weekly? We're going to go next week? Week after?
No, bi-weekly. Bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly.
Yeah. Folks, thank you very much. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Goodbye.